blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry, one artist at a time.
Step in the scene, fresh kicks on her feet. It's Comeiko T, bringing real to the street. Real estate queen, got that $1 million glow from the city to the block. Yeah, everybody know, talking life, talking hustle. She don't hold back, from sneakers to hats, got the whole style stacked. Tuesday nights, you already know the vibe. Blast Media Live, where the truth come alive. Pull up at 7 steps. Central. Knowledge so sharp, yeah, it's all instrumental. She flip homes and flip combo too. 1 of 1, real rare, not one of the few. So low.
Say less, tune in, you know the deal. Miko tell her keep it fly and real. Talk that talk, walk that walk. Every Tuesday let the real ones talk.
Yeah. Say less, don't stress, turn it up and let the queen finesse.
What's up, people? Welcome to the Say Less Show with Miko. I hope y'all day has been good thus far. For me, no comment. I don't know what yesterday and today was, but it was a hot mess. But I'm gonna be ready again tomorrow. Try it again tomorrow. So thank you for tuning in. We're gonna get right into it because we got some good old juicy stuff from our special guests. We're collabing the real estate world tonight. Okay. So, of course, I'm going to start off with the motivational quote, which is, you don't have to have it all figured out. Just be bold enough to start. The rest, we will walk you through. I'm going to say it again. You don't have to have it all figured out. Just be bold enough to start. And the rest, we will walk you through. Right? So shout out to everybody who paid attention to the podcast on last week. The show was Surveillance versus Support. And that was good. Shout out to Tiva for coming in and co-hosting. We got to the bottom of some things. People who surveillance your business and people who support your business. I call the surveillance people ghost followers, right? And I did make a promise that I was going to start being more attentive to other people's businesses and just do a quick share. I mean, it doesn't cost anything to just, even if you don't support them monetarily or, whatever, use their services, it don't cost us nothing to share somebody's business, people. It just doesn't. And I'm guilty of it. So I'm going to be more mindful and start sharing. Just like I told Rich yesterday, I was like, dude, I'm so selfish because I will post something and get the heck up off. Literally, like I'll post it and be gone. Like TikTok, post it, gone. Instagram, post it, gone. I got to start just paying attention to the things on the timeline. And should a business pop up, I will share it. So anyway, of course, my drink of the evening, nothing fancy, just my glass of communion. Glass of communion, it's just one of them days. Of course, it's the lolly. This is my wine, the lolly. Okay, lolly. And this is the bold, because it's been a bold, nothing day. How about that? So today's topic is buying your first property could change your bloodline. And we're just basically going to talk about the ins and outs of the transaction from the beginning to the end. I tell a lot of people all the time that the lending side of real estate, that ain't my lane. It ain't my lane. Okay. That's the lender's lane. And I'm gonna let them stay in it and I'm gonna stay out of it. My lane is totally different. So we have none other than Rich with the Linden Village joining us. What's up, Rich?
Man, what is happening, Miss Miko? What's going down?
Nothing much, man. Just a Tuesday.
Already, man. I appreciate you for having me on. And let me just piggyback on what you just said. Damn it, just be like Nike and do it.
Bam.
Hey, period, point blank. Do it. Nothing beats failure but a try. You hear me? Just go do it.
Absolutely.
So I mean, live life without regrets.
Correct.
We only got one life.
Yeah.
Make the best of it. Make the best of every minute.
I say that is my favorite saying. We get one life.
That's
You
it.
know what I mean? And try.
Yeah.
Because even if you're not successful, there's many things that we've tried in life. And we may not have been successful in it, but we tried it.
But you know what? I'm starting to take the word try out of my vocabulary. I replaced it with do,
That's
right?
good.
Try to pick up a bottle. Who tries to pick up a bottle? Just pick it up.
That's
Just do it.
good. That's
Yeah.
good.
And speaking of bottles, I see you got you one. I'm drinking some too. Water.
Why you trying to show me up? Why you trying
Hey
to show me
man,
up?
look here. Hey man, if I drink what you got, oh, this show gonna be real all the way live. You feel me?
But
So
see, the thing about it is, and people don't believe me. Okay, so I say it's like beer. I'm a beer
yeah.
drinker,
Okay.
right? I will drink a 6-pack in about 2 hours. But beer is like soda to me. It satisfies my thirst. It quenches it,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And
Okay. I can dig
the
that.
other day in the office, I was in the office, and I had got me a beer. And I asked one of my other agents, I said, "You want a beer?" And he was like, "If I start drinking beer right now, Comeiko, I'm gonna be." I said, "On beer?
Yeah.
Beer?" And he was just like, "Yes." And I was like, "This is like soda, like, so wine is like juice
Oh man. Okay.
to me. Like this glass of wine right here, once we get done, I'm gonna be relaxed. I'll probably watch another episode of Beauty in Black, right? And I'm gonna
Yeah.
be out.
Man, if I drink that, I'm gonna start laughing. I got to go pee, everything. You know what I'm saying? So,
You're gonna be calling people, texting, what you
yeah,
doing?
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, nah, I'm good. I'll leave that for a weekend thing, man.
Understandable.
Yep, yep, yep,
Understandable.
yep, 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 yep.
So we're gonna set the tone. This is the real estate process. We're gonna set the tone. Um, just basically starting out with, buying a home isn't scary. Why do you think people think that it's so scary to purchase a home? It can be intimidating, but why scary?
I just sometimes I think people think that it's a huge responsibility, right? And they don't want that responsibility. Or then, like I've heard some people say, I don't want to get a house because if I want to move, I just want to be out and be done, So all kind of craziness. But that's where me and you come in. That's where we educate people about home ownership, about generational wealth, about creating wealth for your family. So, but I didn't know this until I got in the game, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
So it's up to us to go out and educate. And so that's what I'm here to do.
correct. And you know my story. We talked about that. You know
Oh
my
yeah.
story. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
one of the reasons I also wanted to get into the business, because I didn't want anybody to experience what I experienced as a first time home buyer. It wasn't
Hmm.
pleasant, and your the pleasantry of it all depends on who you're dealing with, because
That's
we've
correct.
had, I know you've heard horror stories of people purchasing homes and their stories just like, oh my gosh, it's supposed to be pleasant, right? That's our job, you as a lender, myself as a realtor, to make your experience pleasurable,
That is
something to
correct.
remember positively and not negatively.
So what I just consider us as a team. That's me, the lender, you, the realtor, and the buyer, the homeowner. We have to partner up. We have to be teammates to make this thing so we can win the game, right?
Correct.
We have to be on the same page.
Correct.
And so
Everybody
if
on one accord.
that's right. So if everybody's on one accord, guess what? It's going to be a very, very, very pleasant process.
Yes, absolutely.
Hmm.
Absolutely. I do agree. So I think the first step in purchasing a home is to get your mind right, right?
Hmm.
You got to
Hmm.
get your
Hmm.
mind right. One of those, are you looking, or are you just browsing? I think it's very important for people to be mindful of what they truly want before they reach us, right? Because
Hmm.
if you're
Yeah.
not if you're on the fence Okay, that's our job to come in and try to educate you, get you going, right? But if you just playing around and playing games and you're not ready, or you're not trying to get ready, then
Right.
your mind ain't right yet.
You know what? I think a lot of it has to do with how we were brought up. Just like for me, for instance, my parents never owned their own home. Ever. Every place we always lived, we rented, right? So we was always on the go. So they didn't know. So if they didn't know, how can they teach us? Right.
Yeah.
And I just happened to luck into this industry, right? I actually started out at I started working at Chase, ooh man, about maybe 15 years ago in collections. So that's where I learned about the real estate industry, learning about being homeowners and things like that. So even just the back end of it, I know the laws. I know what the bank's looking for. You know, if you get behind no payments, there's help. There's a lot of things that I've learned, and so I try to teach my people that.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely, and that's a good background.
Yeah,
that's a good background. I think that also too, people, when you're thinking of purchasing a home, you want to do your internal research. Like, you know, ask yourself why do I want to own a home, right? And know the difference between owning and renting. Like you said, I know some people close to me that don't want to own a home because they don't want to mow lawns. They don't want to fix toilets when they break. You know what I'm saying? Refrigerators when they go out. They just don't want the responsibility.
And you know what? It's nowadays it's not a big hassle, because one thing about having a home is having a home warranty. I don't worry about nothing. AC unit costs 10 grand. Because the contract that I have, I just pay $175 for them to come out, diagnose everything. If it has to be replaced, the $175 covers everything.
Covers everything. Home warranty is very important. Now, it depends on what company now. But
yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, home warranty is an amazing thing to have. And I know the home warranty that we had when we purchased the home, their calls were $60. You know what I mean? So if something happened to the refrigerator, I'm paying $60 for the service call, and it should be replaced.
Hey, it's a wrap. We
$60.
Good.
Right. So there's options, but see, that's our job to make them aware, because a lot of people don't know. They don't got an option.
I done got refrigerators. I done got ACs, ceiling fans, washer dryer. Man, if it go out, I get a new one because I have a home warranty.
Correct.
So it's so easy than it was yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Also, too, I think that people need to, I think a lot of people compare themselves to other people and other people's journeys. And that can hinder your mind, right? Because you're looking at somebody else's situation and you're saying, well, I see why they could do that. I see why they can make that happen. I'll never be able to be in that position. I'll never be able to make it happen. And so the mind is not right, because for one, what God has for them is for them, but he got it for you too.
Come on now, you preaching now. Come on.
You just got to want it, right?
That's right.
And get with a lender, see where you at. Like I said, I always tell people, stop assuming what you will and will not qualify for. Get with a lender, see where you're at. And if you're dealing with me, I'm going to send you to someone that's going to help you with a master plan, such as Rich, right?
Come on now, talk. You preaching.
So you may say today, Rich might look at you, do a little soft pull and look and say, oh, okay, well, you know what? Well, if you do this, and this, you'll be ready in 7 months.
That's correct.
And here you might be thinking, oh, it's going to take me years to fix my credit. It's going to take you, for one, Credit Karma, Experian, TransUnion, Equifax. Yeah, we see what we see, but the lenders see something different, right? It's not exactly what we see. They're on a whole, you guys are on a whole nother like scoring
It's a different scoring model. That is correct.
So I've known people who thought that I don't qualify. They get with the lender and boom, they pre-approved. They're like, whoa. You know what I mean? Because they thought their stuff was horrible when it really wasn't. So speaking of which, the step number 3 is check your credit and your finances. So we just went over that. And the only way you can do that is do your self-analysis, see where you think you're at, get with a lender, and let them do that part. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I used to repair credit. I repaired my credit to get the home that we purchased, and it doesn't take long. It took me about 7 months to get my credit in a place where I could be pre-approved. What it is that down payment that you got to figure.
What you just say?
That down payment.
Yes, Lord.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like your credit is fixable. It is fixable. It is not permanent. It is fixable. If you really sacrifice and put your mind to it and stay committed and consistent, credit is repairable.
And pay them folks. You want to get your credit right? Pay them folks. And pay them folks on time. And a lot of times too, just simple credit cards, put them on automatic payments. Because sometimes life does get in the way. Life does life, right? But
yes,
if you got your stuff on auto pay, guess what? You're not gonna miss the beat. You don't have to worry about it.
Yep. The only thing that like a lot of my a lot of our accounts is set up on auto pay. The only thing I will not set up on auto pay is our utilities. Because I need to see that before I pay it. You know what I'm saying? Prime example, last year, and I think it was October, had a leak. I had no clue. You can't hear a leak, right? My husband wasn't here. Didn't suspect anything. Water bill came in, $890.
The devil is a lie.
And so imagine if I had that set up on auto pay.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, the utilities.
Your account would have been looking like mine in overdraft.
TXU pulled something too last year. They skipped a month. Which I think they did it on this bill. My bill came in the other day. My bill is not due until May. What happened to April? So I need to call them. But that's what they did. They skipped the month for whatever reason, right? And then when the bill was due, the month that they skipped, they combined that with. I went in. I went in. Yeah.
I know you did.
Yeah. So no, utilities does not get set up on auto pay, but car insurance, car note, mortgage, auto pay. Credit cards,
auto pay.
Auto pay. So outside of that, this is where I'm going to let you speak of the steps, because when it comes to this, the do's and the don'ts, like, how many stories have we heard of people getting pre-approved and then they go buy furniture and cars, and you're like, whoa, opening new accounts, closing accounts, and you're like, you wasn't supposed to do that.
That's correct. So I tell everybody, once we start this process, don't apply for anything else until you close on your loan, right? Because although it doesn't show up, like, just for instance, I had a situation where I pulled credit on a lady, right? I already pulled the credit report. So the underwriters, they're going to go with my credit report, right? So her boyfriend had a birthday. She was so in love with him, she went out and bought him a Harley Davidson. Do you hear me? Now, mind you, that didn't show up on the credit report. So when we get ready to close, the underwriter has a system that I don't have access to. It's called Fraud Guard.
Correct.
They're gonna check Fraud Guard one more time before we close this loan.
Yep.
Guess what showed up on Fraud Guard?
The Harley.
That Harley. Yeah.
Wow.
And I don't mind calling you and telling you turned down, especially if you done something dumb when I told you not to.
Correct.
And I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Yeah, I hurt your feelings
Yeah.
because we talked about it.
Well, at the end of the day, I don't think that people realize that hurts us.
Yeah,
right?
it
Because
does.
we put the time in to educate you, to guide you through the process, telling you your do's and your don'ts. And so at the end of the day, when we've told you these things and we get to the closing table and the deal is off
Yeah,
because you didn't obey,
yeah.
then guess what? We all lost.
I'll tell you another thing. Job changes, right? Now, I know sometimes you have to leave a job because you might be stressed out or whatever. Please get another job in the same field. That's fine if you get another job in the same field. But if you go from being a principal and then you leave that and go into construction or something like that, something totally different that you hadn't done, it's you decline, automatic turn down.
Wow, now
Because
that I did not know.
the underwriter's going to look at it like, well, you've been a principal for 30 years. All of a sudden, you want to do construction work?
Right.
We don't even know if you're gonna last that long in construction because it's hot out there. You got to deal with the heat. You got to deal with the cold. You got to deal with the elements. You've been inside a building for 30 years, right? All of a sudden, you want to work outside. So that's the mind of an underwriter.
Yeah.
That could make the difference in your file,
Yeah.
whether it be approved or declined.
Yeah.
So don't change jobs in the middle of the process. If you're a school teacher, you want to change another school, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you doing something totally different, that's not okay.
Yeah. Because
So don't change.
I always
Yeah.
want to be an underwriter. I still do. Yeah, I was gonna take the course because I like digging.
So I'm glad you said that. So like, yes, I'm a loan officer. Yes, I originate loans. But before I submit your file to an underwriter, I put my underwriter hat on. I go search the guidelines to make sure we're covered.
Yes.
So best believe when I submit that file to the underwriter, we go into the closing table.
Yeah. Because you done did a little bit of work yourself before.
I've been digging.
Yeah.
You hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on now. Yeah, I'm digging. And I'm gonna cover all my bases before we get your file submitted.
Right. So when we get it submitted, it's a smooth process because
There
underwriting
you
is
go.
scary. People don't realize underwriting that's one of the scary. If there's nothing else scary about the entire transaction, it is underwriting.
So I look at it as like being in court, right? The underwriter's the judge. I'm the attorney, so you have to tell me everything, all the good and the bad, right? So I know how to take that information and give it to the underwriter.
Yeah.
Because if you tell me the bad, I'm gonna make the bad look good before I submit it to him,
Correct.
right? So there you go.
Yep.
I look at it as like a court case.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
So
Heck yeah.
talk to them about, my clients, I try to educate them in the whole process, right? From the step 1 to step 2 so that they won't be surprised about anything. So people get confused about earnest money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So man, great point. Earnest money, right? That's money that you're going to put up. Normally in Texas, it's like 1% of the sales price. That's money that you put up in good faith, letting the sellers know, hey, I'm going to purchase that property, right?
You're
and
serious.
So, yeah, that's right. But, a lot of people think that they can get into a house with no money. Even with down payment assistance, you need some money. Yeah, I mean, it's cute. It's nice that you want to buy a house, but no, it takes some money.
It does.
Even with assistance. So you got to have earnest money. That's like I said, that's good faith telling the seller that you're interested in buying that property and that you are very serious.
And you're very serious about it. And the option fee.
So in that option fee, now you may need to speak on that, but in that option fee is kind of like $150.
Yes.
I think that's something that you negotiate. So that's that money, that option period where they take that off the market, let you review the house, get your property inspections done if there's an issue. So that's why you pay that fee.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
And that's not as hefty as the earnest fee. You know what I mean? So let's preparing them for closing costs, as I mentioned earlier.
Oh, yeah. So a lot of people, again, let's go back to the down payment assistance. So I do want to let everybody know that there are two parts of a transaction. You have your down payment, which is your minimum requirement, and you have your closing costs, right? So the closing cost typically is anywhere from 3 to 5% of the sales price.
That's FHA.
So that's on all of them. Just like FHA, so FHA is 3.5% down. Conventional is 3% down if you're a first-time home buyer, or if you're not a first-time home buyer, it's 5% down. So I tell everybody, if the seller is not willing to cover any of the closing costs, you're going to need about 8% to be on the safe side to cover the down payment and closing costs.
Yes.
And those closing costs consist of like third-party fees, such as a title company. You have to pay your homeowner's insurance up for the year. Also,
taxes.
We have to establish an escrow account.
Yep.
So the escrow account, that's the biggest part of the closing costs anyway, because on average, we're going to use about 3 months of taxes and 3 months of insurance to put in an escrow account. And the escrow account is pretty much a savings account for you, right? So just say at the end of the year, when it's time to pay the taxes and it was time to pay the renewal on your insurance, the lender, the bank takes that money, those funds, out of that account that you've been paying into every month when you make your payment. So they use those funds to make your property tax payment and your homeowner's insurance payment. You don't have to worry about it
At all.
So that's the biggest part of your closing costs.
Only thing you have to worry about is paying attention to your property taxes every year and paying attention to your homeowner's insurance. Because I've seen a lot of, people confused about that because they're wondering, oh, well, why did my mortgage, go up? I mean, it happened to us. It's about to happen again because my homeowners went up. You know what I mean? So a lot of people don't understand that when you make your monthly payment, you're making it, you have interest, principal, your taxes
and insurance,
your insurance, right? It's all combined, and then it all gets segregated to its places. So if you started out, your mortgage is one thing, and then your homeowner's insurance goes up $500, $700, that's going to change your mortgage payment, not necessarily towards the principal, but just because you have to have enough in that savings account to be able to pay that homeowners when it's time for renewal, right?
That's correct.
So
now go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, so that happened to me once and it's happening again.
Now, sometimes, when they do an escrow analysis, you may have overpaid into your account, right? But again, that's your money. So if you overpaid, the bank is going to cut you a check back for your overpayment.
Yes.
And a lot of times people take that money, they go spend it. But what you need to do, if they send you a check, send it right back.
Right back.
And have it and tell them to put it back into your escrow account, because like Miko was saying, sometimes you're going to have an escrow shortage, right? And if you have an escrow shortage, then your monthly payment is going to go up. But if you send that check back, if they send you one, guess what? You already covered it.
Yep. Because I got a check sent to me and I just put it right back.
Don't do like me. I went to the mall. Man, look here. I went straight to Arlington.
Look, we got two checks. One year the check was like $600 or something like that. Now that got spent. You see what I'm saying? That got spent. Can't tell you if I was at the mall or whatever. Wherever I was, it was put it in the bag. But then the next one was like $1,200 or something. I just sent it right back. Like I paid
it back.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because that was enough to actually pay the incoming mortgage that was coming up. So that's key, because again, we're not in control of these the property taxes or the homeowner's insurance fluctuating in prices.
That's correct. And I will tell you, and once you get your home, go file your tax exemptions. That will give you a tax break on your property taxes.
Correct.
And now you can do that as soon as you purchase a house and get your driver's license changed over to the new address. Remember, we used to have to wait to the January of the following year.
Yes.
to file your tax exemption, but you can do that right away, right now.
Yeah, right away. Right away.
Mhm.
That's good stuff. So explain to the people, because I do it all the time. Explain to the people what's the difference between a pre-approval and a prequal.
So a prequal is just, we're gonna look at your income and yeah, you've been on your job. It looked like you may be able to purchase the property, but a pre-approval, we done took your information, we done dissected everything, we done ran it through our automated systems.
Mm-hmm.
We done, and sometimes even some instances, I've already sent it to an underwriter to look to do what they call a to be determined underwrite. That they'll underwrite the file and they'll send it back. All we need is a contract. So a pre-approval, you guarantee you're going to closing.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, too, on my side, when I have a client and we're going house hunting, because for my process, we're not house hunting until we have a pre-approval. Okay.
That's right.
We'll start there. But it also shows the seller that you're serious, right? So the seller, because there's some sellers that, well, let's just say for pre-existing homes, there's some sellers that will not allow you to show the home without a pre-approval.
That's correct.
You know what I mean? So it shows them that, okay, we know that this person qualified and they're not going to waste our time. So if they want to put an offer in, we know they're in a position to actually qualify for the house should they accept your offer. So a lot of people I hear, I got a pre-qualification.
No ma'am. And there's been some times, I'm gonna be honest with you, there's been some times the actual seller has called me to verify, to make sure that I've looked at the buyer's information. Are they good to go?
Yeah.
Now I can't go into detail about the buyer's situation. I just tell the seller, send me the contract. I said that should be proof enough.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But they want to know that they got a serious buyer, because like what I do, not only I'm working for the buyer, but I'm working for everybody that's on the transaction.
Yes.
And everybody expects me to, they're hanging their hopes on me to get you guys to the closing table.
Yeah.
So that's why it's very imperative that you listen to what we say and do what we tell you to do, so everybody can be happy. You,
absolutely,
seller, buyers, listing agent, everybody.
Yeah. And it's also important too, because when you have your pre-approval letter, you actually know what you're working with, right? Financially. You have a lot of people who, I want you go show houses and it's like, say, that ain't in your budget at all. Like, what are you doing? So when you have a pre-qual and you're going to look at stuff, you don't want to fall in love with things that you ain't even going to be close to qualifying for. And then also too, just wondering, with the pre-approval, what you're approved for. So what your budget is, what you can look at and what you cannot look at. Right?
And I'm gonna tell you another thing about pre-approval. Just because I give you a pre-approval for a certain amount, you don't have to get that amount. Sometimes get less.
Yes.
Because again, life gon' life. And sometimes, a car may break down. You get that money that you had for your mortgage payment. Guess what? Now I gotta pay the car to get fixed so I can go to work to make the mortgage payment.
Correct.
But if you'd got a lesser house, you could afford the car repairs plus the mortgage payment, right?
Correct. Yeah.
And then sometimes, I tell people, live for you and your family. Don't live for the Joneses next door.
Yeah.
Because they got their same struggles as you got.
Yep. And my favorite thing to tell my clients is my job is to not make you house poor. I ain't in the business.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm not in the business of making you house poor. That's a horrible situation to be in. Get what you can afford. And you're right, because we were the amount that we were pre-approved for, we didn't use it all.
Yeah.
We got a little foreclosure.
There you go. And it's probably just as good.
And when I tell people, the other day I was talking to my sister in California, and my nephew got him a little studio. And she was just telling me, oh yeah, he finally got a studio. He moved in, and the studio is like, I want to say she said it was $2,100 a month. I mean, this is Cali. And so I was like, what? And she was like, yeah. And then we were just talking, and I was telling her how our mortgage is 18. And I swear she threw that phone. I heard a clunk, 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 clunk. She had throw that phone across the room. She said, wait a minute. I said, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we know that this is not our resting place. You know, statistically, what do they say? People don't stay in their homes more than 7 years.
That's right.
Before they're moving around. You know what I mean? So the whole goal was to just get in here, settle in, and eventually make this a rental, right? Also, too, that was during COVID time when them rates was beautiful.
And you know what? They still beautiful.
They still, and I tell people
they still beautiful. They're still beautiful. It's
and if
like,
you keep waiting, what are you waiting for? You won't own if you keep waiting to see that 2 and that 3. You're just not going to see
and
it.
I have to be honest with you. Although those 2 and 3 rates were good, you don't want those rates, right? And the reason why you don't want those rates, something is bad out here in the land, like COVID. And the only reason those rates was around to get people to buy stuff, right? Because when nothing moving. But where a lot of our people messed up, and which is the game that they run, because COVID, I'm gonna wait to buy. I'm afraid. Man, do you know how many millions of dollars, how many millionaires was created? How many people bought homes? Come on, man. It was only us that didn't buy anything because we always afraid. Why?
Always scared. Yep.
Why?
Yep. What is the saying? Scared money don't make no money.
Scared money don't make no money. And guess what? Like those people that bought homes, man, I'm talking about, they sitting right now sitting on $200,000 and $300,000 worth of equity, right?
That is so true.
We missed out on that.
Yeah, we did
because we're afraid.
Yep.
And here's another thing too that gets me about our people. Oh, let me pray about it. Did you pray about them apartments you moved into? We have to pray about everything, man. God gives us the power to get the wealth. We're not using our power.
Yeah, or wisdom.
Yeah, it's already in the word. Just go get it. Stop being afraid. Yeah,
just do it and trust them. Having faith of a mustard seed, the size of a mustard seed. Trust them. Yeah. Because again, what's for you is for you, right? And on that note, I just realized VP ain't said nothing either. He just sitting there.
He enjoyed the conversation, ain't he?
We went 7 minutes into the dang on thing. VP, we gonna introduce the artist of the evening.
Hey, I was listening to the content. It was all good to me.
Already, bro. That's what I'm talking about.
No doubt. So tonight I have an amazing artist. She is from Chi-Town. She's from Chicago, and her name is Kelsey Montanez, and this song is called Let Me Love You. Let's check it out.
All right.
What they say about me, they say I'm strange and wild, but I let you read me like an open book. But only you, I might be tender, I might be soft, and I might surprise you with how hard I go fight for your love. Baby, I want ya, I gotta have ya. Baby, I need ya. If you let I get any more real? Could I bear how I feel any more than this? If you want it, it won't be easy, but I promise, if you're honest, you're never gonna go a day without my love. Baby, if you want it, if you gotta have it, baby, if you need it, if it lets you love me, you gotta promise, and only love is squeeze me. Baby, let me love you like you're mine. Hey, you're never gonna have to guess how I feel, yes honey, I'll always keep it real. Gonna tell you how I love you every day. Always gonna chase all the blues away. Baby, in my red lips and my work shirt. Come on, give me a kiss, I don't gotta hurt. Never gonna lie, never gonna put you down. You know I'm never gonna run around. Baby, let me love you like you're mine. Yeah, baby, let me love you like you're mine. Hey, yeah, yeah.
Yes, indeed. And that was Kelsey Montanez with Let Me Love You. And if you are an independent artist or a spoken word poet or up and coming comedian looking for some exposure, you can go to blastmusic247.com and register for free. But Blast is also looking for the fans. So if you're a fan of great music, you too can register at blastmusic247.com. Register as an unlimited fan and have access to hundreds of independent music. Blast, we're constantly changing the industry, one artist at a time.
That guitar was
Alright.
gold.
Yeah, Kelsey is nice. She's really cool.
Man, that's a very nice song. I felt like we made up. You feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
we hugged and everything.
We
You know what I'm talking
good.
about? Yeah, man.
All right, gang, back to y'all.
All right.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right. So we covered the lending part. So once we're done with all that part, this is where the realtor comes in. You hire a great, amazing realtor, right?
Please and thank you.
We got the pre-approval.
Please and thank you.
Yes, we got the pre-approval going. You ready to roll? This is where I come in, right? This is my lane. So this is where we say, okay, pre-approval. This is what you're approved for. You're going to tell me your wants, your needs, your desires. I'm going to go do the footwork. I'm going to find you these homes. We're going to go look at them. I actually give people options, maybe like 3 to 5 options, because it's a given that you're going to fall in love with everything. You just want to make sure that you can afford it and not be house poor, right? I am big on people's futures. I'm not that realtor that cares about her compensation. Yes, I care about compensation because what people don't realize is realtors, we put in work. I know that the myth out there, the myth is, y'all don't do nothing. Yes, we do. You have no idea, because we're the house hunters. We're the mama, the daddy, the brother, the psychiatrist. We are all of it. And this is not even just with buyers. This is with sellers as well. It's not an easy game. So this is where you hire yourself a great agent that's going to educate you. I want you to understand everything from front to back. The moment that you don't understand something, we're going to stop so that I can re-explain it until you understand it, right? Don't want to blindside nobody in anything, because this is a huge transaction. Probably sometimes in some people's lives, the biggest transaction that they'll ever make. Unless they're trying to buy a Bugatti or something.
Now, one thing, Miss Miko, you know what I like about you? although you the mama, you the daddy, throughout this process, but I love how you reach out to the lenders to make sure we're on task. So she got you covered. Has the title been ordered? Has the appraisal been ordered? When is it going to be ordered? So, because we all have a timeline, and Miss Miko going to make sure we meet that timeline.
And that's what I was getting ready to say. Our job is to make sure that we protect you. You know what I mean? Because you have, everybody out there ain't fair and they not honest.
That's right.
So our job is to protect you. And I just have a natural protection spirit with anything that I care about. And my clients are not just clients. My goal is to build relationships. You know what I mean? Even outside of the transaction. So it's to negotiate. We negotiate for you, right? You don't have to do any of that. We doing all the talking, and I am that one I'm gonna get what I like. Okay.
And you wake me up to make sure I'm on it.
Hey, and so we don't just open the doors to go look at houses. There's so much behind the scenes that we do. Again, and with the lender, I am, anybody that know me in my personal life know that I am a connection person, and I am one. I am probably beyond a communicator. There's a lot of friendships and relationships that I just went ahead and chucked up the deuces just because of communication. I'm a communicator. So even if I get on, I don't have to do that with Rich, right? But even if it's a different lender, because sometimes you'll get a buyer who comes with their pre-approval already. They've gone through their own lender or their own bank or whatever. You're gonna get tired of seeing Comeiko Taylor if you ain't on your P's and Q's, right? We need to be one, so we can make this transaction. You know what I mean? So that's where we come in, and we do that footwork for you, and are there. I'm always a phone call away. I have a client who called me 5 times in the past day and a half. I pick up the phone. You know what I mean? Yes, Mr. So-and-so, what's going on? You know what I mean? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, you want them to feel like them investing in you was for a good reason, right? Because at the end of the day, your clients are investing in you.
That's correct.
They are. You know what I mean? So you want to make them feel like, okay, she was there every step of the way. Of course, and then once we do that, we go, house honey, you know your needs and your wants and what you want. And then that's where you find what you want, and then you make an offer, right? Again, that's where we come in, right? We submit the offer to the seller. And that's where the negotiations come in, should we have to, right? That's where we come in with the terms and the concessions and, all of that stuff. These are things that the client has no clue of what we're doing, right? So truthfully, at this time of the process, this is where we earn our compensation. At that process, this is where we earn it, because we put the work in. So then you have your option period. Once you do that, let's say that your offer is accepted, and you have your option period. And this is where the option fee that we spoke of earlier comes into play. You actually have the opportunity to take another glance at the property, go look at the things like inspection and things of that nature. Your option somewhat protects you, because let's just say that you went and looked at it, and then you make the offer and you want to go look at it again, and there's some things that you see that you like, wait, whoa, like I ain't see this. I don't know if I'm good with this, right? It wasn't in the seller's disclosure. You know what I mean? Like, or whatever. Your option protects you to back out, right? So we do all of that. And then I know for us, when we purchased this home in 2021, it was a foreclosure, but there was a lot of little things going on. And that's a time too, where if it's not in the seller's disclosure, like if there's some stuff that wasn't in the seller's disclosure for us, and I wrote it in, because that gives the seller the option to say, okay, you know what, we'll fix that for you. You know what I mean? Or we won't fix it for you, like whatever they choose to do. But that is your time to speak up about the things that you're not happy with the property, should there be any, right? That's during the whole option period. And then once that happens, the great lender steps back in and communicates with the underwriting for those final moments.
Hey, that's where it get intense. So once we have the executed contract, I'm going to reach back out to you to get updated documents. Well, I'm going to have you keep sending me updated documents throughout the process anyway. So once we do have a contract, I have all that information with me. So that's when it's going to get, everything starting to get finalized. We'll get your information. So we'll get your contract submitted to the lender, let them review the contract. They're going to review the updated income. Make the reason for the updated income, make sure there's no income change or income loss. Make sure you're still employed. Matter of fact, you're employed.
No changing jobs.
Yeah, we're gonna call your job to make sure you're still working. Once we clear all this condition, that's when we're gonna get the homeowners insurance policies. We're gonna have the title request. We're gonna order the appraisal. Once we get all that signed off on, then guess what? I submit it back. Once I get all the conditions cleared, submit it back to the underwriting for a final review. They're gonna sign off of everything, and we're gonna get the clear to close.
Some good words right there, people. Clear to close.
Clear to close.
There's some good words, but just know, I always try to put emphasis on the ending process. The lender checks everything, y'all. There is absolutely nothing that you can think that you can do and hide from a lender. Nothing.
Man, listen, it's so much AI out here right now. You can't hide nothing. It's gonna be found. Trust me.
Yes, absolutely.
So just keep everything on the straight and narrow. Don't change no jobs. Don't run up the credit cards. Don't let no family member borrow no money. Don't go get no new loans. Hey, if somebody reach out to you, even if they got a hardship, hey, I can't do it right now, but holler at me when we close.
Right.
We need all monies on deck. And sometimes, depending on how strong your file is, even when you close, you're still going to have money in your bank. Those are called reserves.
Correct.
And sometimes having reserves makes or breaks the deal, especially if you're the person that has the lower credit score. So after we pay all our closing costs, and just say the underwriter looks at your bank statement and you still got $6,000 in the bank, you're going to be good to go.
Yeah.
Because if something happens, well, they can at least pay 3 months of mortgage payments because they got it left over in the bank.
Correct.
And sometimes those funds can be from family members as a gift.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. I was just going to say that.
Yeah. So don't spend, don't spend no money. You got to help yourself. You can't help nobody but yourself at this point.
Yeah.
You can only help when we close on this deal.
I always, one of the things that I do when I do my first time home buyer seminars, I always advise them, have some change sitting in an account.
Please.
Even if that means that you have a family can gift it to you, right? Let that money sit there. Let that money sit there from the beginning to the end, right? A savings account that's showing that you got 6, 7, typically a good starting amount is, I say 6. I always say $6,000 to $7,000 just sitting in an account.
Just sitting.
Right? Just let it sit from the time that you go in to get approved. Let it be sitting there. From the time that you go to the golden words closing day, let it sit there. Don't touch it.
Sometimes if you get money, if you just deposit cash into the bank, that cash has to sit there for 60 days. But if we could prove where it comes from, if we can trace it, then we can use it instantly. But what I have people to do, if they get money from family members or something like that, I'll get a gift letter from the family member, but have the family member to wire the funds into the title company's account.
Yeah.
So if we wire those monies to the title company account, we don't have to answer no questions about it.
Okay. Now
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we don't have to get the donor's bank statements or nothing. It's sitting in escrow with title. And then the thing about that is, so once we close and we just need those monies for reserves, Tyler's going to cut your check back. You're going to get the money back, but we just holding it in their bank account, not yours. Account. There you go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, like Rich said, once you get that clear to close, people, I know people tired of hearing it, but you have no idea how many people fail. And now you've wasted everyone's time. And guess what? All the work that the lender put in, all the work that your realtor put in.
And heck, all the work that you put in.
Yeah.
The buyer itself, yeah.
It goes down the drain. Nobody gets compensated. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to say again, just because you hear clear to close, do not make any moves. Do not say, "Ooh, you know what? As soon as you hear that clear to close, you hang up the phone with your lender. Oh, let me run on down here to
Nebraska Furniture. No, don't you go down there.
Rooms
I'm
to
gonna be at the
go
door waiting on you.
This new furniture set for my new house. Because you know what? Underwriting will run your stuff the day of closing.
They will. And guess what? And then if you mess up, if you fail at the finish line, guess what? That earnest money that you put up, gone. You lose that. Mm-hmm. And you tell me who has $3,000 to $4,000 to lose? I don't.
Correct.
You lose it all.
You lose it all. So closing day, beautiful day. You sign your paperwork, you get your keys, and guess what? You are a home owner.
And when you sign that paperwork, you can go after you sign that paperwork. Then you can go to Nebraska Furniture Rooms to Go.
Dang, you upped it. I tried to be nice and say rooms to go. You done took it all the way to Nebraska.
I got to take it to Frisco. You hear me? So
you see what I'm saying? I made that drive to Nebraska one weekend just to check it out.
Yeah.
So in my notes, this is just a bonus. Some of the ways that people mess up with this process is waiting too late to start. Right? There is no good time. Just start.
The time is now.
Just do it.
And you know what? You know what's crazy, Miko? Everybody's paying a mortgage right now. Everybody. Some they're paying their own. Some they're paying for others.
Correct.
But if you're paying rent, you're paying somebody's mortgage payment.
Correct.
Why not pay your own?
Hey, and here's the kicker. Some of them are not just paying someone else's mortgage. Somebody's just putting bread in their pocket or paying their property taxes, because a lot of these investors, the home is paid for.
Exactly.
So your monthly payments at your rent is going in their pocket, because let's think about it, depending on where it is. Let's just say you got a house. I'm here in Glen Heights, and let's just say, my property taxes is $4,000 a year, right? Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? That owner done made enough money to pay the property taxes within 2.5 months of your rent.
Correct.
3 months of your rent. Guess what happens to the other 7 months, 8 months?
Go in his pocket.
It goes in his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy work. You know what I mean? But that's the game, right? So it's one of those things where would you rather invest in somebody else, or would you rather invest in yourself and your family? Because at the end of the day, and we've had this conversation when I had Nashawn on my show, this is generational wealth. Again, like you mentioned earlier, I'm one of the first ones within my siblings to own a home.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And guess what? It's never too late. I'm going to tell you why. I'm 50, going on 51. I didn't get my first house until 46.
I thought you was in your 20s.
Hey. But I didn't purchase. This was my husband's second home, but it was my first home. Yeah. 46 years old. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So it's never too late. It's never too late. Just do it. And it's breaking generational curses in my case. And then just trying to prepare my children, show my children something different, right? That you can own and be a homeowner. And as I mentioned again, Nashawn was on my show. She's an attorney / realtor. No, she's everything. And, getting a home and putting it in a trust protecting your family, protecting your assets, right? At the end of the day, you're investing in you. You're not investing in somebody else, because guess what? They taking that money that you giving them every month for rent, and they're investing in other properties to make even more money.
And there's data out there that's showing that families that own their own home, their kids do a lot better in school. Their grades are a lot better than everybody's, right? Because they're not bouncing around apartment to apartment, rental property to rental property. So I mean, you're grounded and you're rooted in your same neighborhood for years. Your kids grow up with the same friends. So it's a win-win all over. Just like me having a home. I'm gonna tell you something. Now, I wasn't as smart as in school because I always played around. Like I said, we moved home to home, but my kids, I gave them a house, our house, right? My oldest daughter, she graduated valedictorian of her class. My youngest daughter, she graduated, her rank was 10.
Nice.
But I provided a stable place for them, some that they can call home, right?
Yeah.
They didn't have to worry about bouncing around and moving around.
Yeah.
But having a home ownership, have just being a homeowner and home ownership, it does work wonders for the family.
Yeah.
That's serious.
It's many benefits. Also, too, I think that people, people get nervous, not only for the maintenance and the upkeeping of owning your own home. I think people also should know that you're a bit more protected, right? Because you have a mortgage. And you have a lender, right? And when hardships come, okay, let's just say you're renting and hardships come and you can't pay your rent for the next 2 months. You just automatically see that. You foresee it because boom, it just happened. And I know for the next 2 months, I'm going to be, guess what? Depending on where you are, if you're not in a second chance apartment complex,
see you.
Eviction.
They're gonna put you out. You out.
Eviction. Bye. But when you own a home and you come up with hardship, many of the lenders, my lender is amazing because when we first moved in here, that's when I stepped out on faith and got my license. Tried to be an entree pro black lady, right? And so I left corporate world. So things got a little hard. But your lender really is there to protect you. And they have different programs where they, forbearances and modifications and things like that to keep you in your home, right? You can't do that with renting.
Man, listen, the banks are going to find every way possible to keep you in your home. Yes. They don't want that home back.
Nope.
Because if they take their home back, guess what? They lose money.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. They
lose money.
So
yeah.
I think that deters a lot of people too. And then when you explain it to them, they're like, oh, and again, that's the purpose of the lender. That's the purpose of the realtor, is to educate you on it all. From what property taxes are, exemption. That's what we do. We educate you on, well, at least the good folk do. There's some folk that
no, they just want your bread.
They just want your money. You know what I mean? So, and I don't operate like that because I need my good deeds. You see what I'm saying? Karma is real. She real.
Oh, she'll pull up.
She'll pull up. She's strong, and she don't need nobody but herself.
No, she will pull up, and when she pull up, it's gonna be a bad scene.
Yeah, good luck to you. So, but waiting too late, not asking questions. Ask questions. I don't care if you feel like it's gonna get on the lender or the realtor's nerves. Ask them. We want you to ask the questions. Ask questions, right? Don't be listening to your cousins and your sister who went through her process and how she purchased, or listening to, oh, well, my boss said that. Don't come to me with The same way I tell people, don't you bring me nothing off of Zillow.
Lord have mercy. But no, sometimes, keep what you want to do in your heart. Keep it to yourself, and then once you do it, then let everybody know. Because people have a tendency to talk you out of your blessing. They don't want to see you blessed because they're not blessed.
Correct.
Keep it to yourself. Keep it in your heart.
Correct. Keep it in your
But
heart and leave the questions to the professionals.
And like Comeiko said before, what's for you is for you.
It is. It is. And God, let me tell y'all something. It says in the Bible that He promises a life of abundance.
Yeah.
Okay? And is there. What are you doing to get there? How are you living your life, right? Sometimes we have to stop and evaluate our lifestyles. We all done it. Sometimes you got to circle back and do it again. We grow every day. And so I don't care how old you are, there's room for growth, right? We grow. And it's not, and then just stop thinking that your credit got to be perfect, because depending on what you got, it doesn't have to be perfect in order to qualify to purchase a home. So stop saying, oh, I don't have an 800 credit score.
Don't need it.
Who told you that you needed an 800?
Don't need it.
You don't need it. Right? You just need I think the typical FHA, what is it? What, 580?
580.
580, right? Only thing I say about that is just know that the lower the score is, the higher that rate may be. But that's where you start getting your bread on the side, because you might want to be able to, buy down the rate, or let's just say, just start building a savings account. That's just my main thing, because you have people who get qualified and they're approved, but they don't have the money. You got to have money. You got to pay earnest, option,
inspection, appraisal.
These are things that you got to come up with before we get to the closing table.
And sometimes you got to pay for credit reports up front.
Yep. So just make sure your finances is in place and you got a little cushion to play with, right? Should your score be lower than expected. And there are, down payment assistance programs out there. I just always tell people, read the fine line first, because a lot of them ain't even worth it. It's not, depending on what it is. It sounds good. It's kind of like when you go, and I tell people all the time with builders, they feel like they don't need a realtor when they go to get a new build. Yes, you do.
No, you do. And also, even on a new build, you still need a home inspection, because those contractors, they cut corners.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, it looks nice and it's shiny. Oh man, you see the ceiling. Oh, you see this knob. But man, behind those walls, there's some bad damage. Correct.
And as far as the financial side, I tell people all the time that builder's lender and that builder salesperson, they're looking out for the builder. They're not looking out for you.
Right. Man, look here. They partner up with one another.
They're partnering up with one another. So no, people say, oh, well, I don't need an agent because it's a new bit. Yes, you do. You do, believe it.
No, you need an agent, period, because there's some wording in that contract. And if you don't understand it and you don't have no agent involved, you stuck. Ain't nothing the courts can do about it. Nothing.
Nope, because you signed to it. And I just actually had someone contact me because her mother just went through that. Her mother felt, because the first thing they say is, I don't want to pay, no 6% or no 3%. I don't want to pay. Okay, well, at the end of the day, look what happens when you don't. So now she done went and signed a contract on a new build. The house is a mess and she can't even get out of it.
And then what a lot of people don't understand too, like in using you, 9 times out of 10, the seller is going to pay your commission anyway.
Correct.
Right? Correct. So use a real estate agent. Correct. Use Miko. Yep. Use Miko.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't know that. The same with the builder. The builder's going to pay the compensation for the agent, not you. Right?
The builder is.
So this was some good stuff, man.
Yeah.
This was some good stuff.
Let me hit back up on down payment assistance real quick. Okay. I tell everybody, if you got money in a 401k, I advise you to use it versus down payment assistance, because that's free money is very expensive. So when you get down payment assistance, I have no control over the rates.
Correct.
No control. I got to say what they say.
Yep.
And sometimes your rate might be 2 points higher than your standard rate. So
in those fine lines, your rate could change 2-3 years down the line as well.
good.
I mean, again, I tell people all the time, they're wonderful. Just make sure whatever you do, you read that fine print.
But like one point you made, Miko, you don't do it for the money, but you do it for the money. But we're gonna take care of you, just like me. I try to give my people the best, because a lot of times when you do loans, right, people give you rates so you can come back the following year or 2 years later to refinance for a lower rate. No, I'm gonna give you the best rate the first time. Would I like a repeat buyer or a customer? Yes, I would. But if I can put you in a better financial position the first time, why not?
Why not? Absolutely.
I'm gonna bless you. I'm gonna bless you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good business right there.
I'm gonna bless you.
And you're also building, and which is one of my key things, you're building longing relationships. We're talking longevity. I want you and your referral. I want to treat you so good that anybody you talk to, if you hear a stranger in the grocery store saying, I'm thinking about buying a house, I want you to turn around and say, oh, I need you to get with Rich at the Linden Village. I need you to get with Miko at that's the type of relationships that you want to build.
And I tell you, when I get done with your loan, I'm your big cousin now. Matter of fact, I'm coming over Sunday. I'm gonna fix my own plate. You feel me? I'm coming over to the crib.
Like that's the way I treat you. When you get this house, you better call me when you have that house warming. Don't leave me out of that house warming.
Yeah, I'm telling you. But no, we just like to do good business. We like to take care of our people.
Absolutely. Because again, my story, I didn't said it before, but if you knew my story purchasing this home right here, you don't ever want to go through what we went through. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to say what I went through, because my husband was out there in them streets grinding.
In the trenches.
You know what I'm saying? And I was the one on the business side. So I'm the one that experienced, most of it. He all he did was hustle, work, came home. Here go another G. Here go another 2 Gs. Here go another 3. I was the one that was dealing with the back end. I don't ever want anyone to experience what I experienced. So it's not always about the compensation. It's about the experience.
That's right.
So Rich, tell people where they can find you at.
Man, look here. You can reach me at Rich at the Linden Village. That's on Instagram. You can call me 817-856-7867. I don't have regular normal hours. I don't work 9 to 5. I work from 9 till until. If you need to speak with me, you want to talk with me at 1 o'clock in the morning, I dare you to call my phone and watch me pick the phone up.
Wow.
I work around the clock.
Now that's superior service right there.
Yeah, real talk.
That's superior service right there. Now don't you call me at no 1, okay? But I'm a morning person. So you can call me at 5 a.m. But I'm going to say my cutoff time is about 9:30, 10 o'clock. Okay. 1 o'clock, I'm probably not going to hear the phone ring, because I'm going to be in La La Land and be done made about 3 flips.
No, I'm in the lab, because I'm really big on meeting deadlines. And my average close time is 12 to 15 days.
That's beautiful.
I don't play. I'm always up. So call me.
But again, and it all starts with when you know what you're doing in the beginning. You get in there, you follow my direction, you do what I asked you to do. We gonna be smooth sailing, quick, right?
There you go.
It's always the hassles of you not listening to your lender and doing what you want to do and not what they advise you to do. And now you holding up the process.
There you go.
You can't hold up the process like that. You just can't do it. So, Rich, thank you so much for taking the time out to join the Say Less show.
Man, appreciate you for having me on, man.
Yes, if you guys are looking for an amazing loan officer, he just told you what he do. I
Yeah.
know what he do. You need to know what he do. Let him prove it to you. Let him show it to you. And get with Rich. He gonna get you right. And then when Rich
Indeed.
is done with you, he gonna send you on over to me. Your real turn sneakers.
Better believe it. Miko gonna get you right.
I'm gonna get you right, and we gonna
There you-
celebrate. Okay. I do closing gifts.
There you go.
Okay. I do closing gifts. So on that note, guys, that those that joined in, I appreciate you so much. I'll post the shorts to this show. I always try to do it on Sundays, but I don't know why I've been leaning more towards Mondays, but I'll get those
Good
out
stuff.
there. And as always, what is next week's show going to be about? As always, I have no clue. I just roll with the flow. But do know that I use my platform to promote businesses. So if you have a business out there that you want to let the people know about, you want to talk about, if you have any topic suggestions, I'm always open to that. This is the Say Less show. You say what you want to talk about, say less. We're going to talk about it. And that's that. So all you got to do is get with me. We get it scheduled. And we're going to roll from there. So on that note, you guys, you have a beautiful, see, look at me trying to end the show without my closing quote. Closing quote, your dream home is not out of reach. It's just waiting on you to make the decision to begin. So no, it is not out of reach. It's just waiting for you to make the decision to begin the process. And if you need help with that, call us. Call us. We'll be there for you. So on that note, you guys have a beautiful evening. Thanks, Rich.
See you at the closing table.
See you at the closing table.
All right. Have a great one. I'm out.
You too.
Yep.